In this video, we are unboxing and setting up the Spirit Halloween 2024 Cotton Candy Dan animatronic. Now, during the production of this video, my fellow hunter peer, Upside Haunt, asked me if he could go ahead and borrow Cotton Candy Dan for his own unboxing and for his own cool circus demo, and I said, sure, why not? And I actually went ahead and borrowed something else from him that you will be seeing on this channel pretty soon. So a lot of these cool circus clips you see are actually filmed and edited by Upside Haunts. But anyways, let's go ahead and get straight into this video. Alrighty, hello everyone. This is Halloween Haunter here, and welcome back to another Halloween video. In this Halloween video, we have right here is yet again another Spirit Halloween 2024 unboxing. This is going to be on the Techie Design Cotton Candy Dan. Now, this is actually one of 3 props that I bought during the Spirit Halloween drop, and it currently is the last prop I have to go ahead and unbox. But anyways, let's finally get this thing open up. It's a really big box, really tall. Bear with me on this one. We'll try to get it in the best angle as I can. But we are now cutting the tabs open. Alrighty, so we have the box right here. You can see inside of there all of the parts. Right here, we have the instructions, the adapter, and it looks like some sort of techie snap lock pin removal thing to have right here. But what is in here? I'm very curious. Alrighty, it looks like to be some poles. Yeah, so pretty much all the leg poles were in this little box. Then right here we have the waist piece with the control box. Quite a big piece right here that I actually have to pull out. Alright, so undoing all of the twist ties. First off, here in the box we have this wooden stick piece. But right here, taking this off, we have a better look at the body with the head and arms connected. This is a really nice looking face. Next here, we have the base. Yep, that looks like that's the last piece. Inside of here, we have both of the clown shoes, which are a fully molded shoe mold and very good plastic. Very good to see that, especially since we've had cheap clown shoes in the past. Right here, we have the mechanism with the human head attached to it, and also right here it is the cotton candy dish. So that's pretty much all the parts for Cotton Candy Dan. Not a whole lot, but let's go and finally begin this setup. So our first step with Cotton Candy Dan is we will take the base, of course, and then also take these 2 normal size poles and make sure they snap lock into the base, labeling A to A on each side. The next step is to take the 2 clown shoes and put them over the poles. Make sure they are aligned correctly. The very next step is to take the 2 bent leg poles and put them over the base, labeling B to B on each side. We now put the pants over the leg poles. Make sure that the front label is facing, well, the front. To put the cotton candy dish onto the base, we first have to go in the very front of the base and take out this screw and cotter pin. Place the dish over the slot. There is a little slot from the cotton candy dish that slides through the insert on the base. Take that cotter pin and that screw and put it back on. Next, we will take the body and waist piece with the module and put those over the leg poles, labeling C to C. Then we'll take the pants and take the hip loop attached to it already and put that over the slots on the waist. I'll take the adapter next and plug it into the adapter jack on the module and then run the adapter one of the legs. Then we'll take the body of Cotton Candy Dan with the clothing and take the insert coming from the shoulders and put that over the pole and then snap lock it into place. Next, we will connect the head popping mechanism to the cotton candy dish. And by doing that, first we have to remove the screw and the cotter pin out from the mechanism. Then we proceed to put on the pop-up mechanism onto the mech. Put the cotter pin and screw back on now. Make sure that the mechanism and the wire from the cotton candy dish are connected. And then make sure you run all the remaining wires into the back hole behind the cotton candy dish. The very top of the victim's head, we will take the middle stick and connect that to the top of the head stick, and then take Cotton Candy Dan's hands with the top of the stick and connect that. We have to go ahead and snap lock it in. Now take all 3 of the remaining wires coming from the cotton candy dish and have them go up Cotton Candy Dan's leg. We're gonna go ahead and connect all of the remaining wires. Once you're all done with that, go ahead and plug this guy in, and he's pretty much good to go. And that's how you set up the Spirit Halloween 2024 Cotton Candy Dan. Let's go ahead now and roll that demo.
Attention all kiddos! Attention all kiddos! I found a lost parent! He belongs to anyone here? Better be careful walking around at this place. You can get in all kinds of sticky situations here. Yum, yum, yum! Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's not. One thing I'll tell you though, it'll do more than rot your teeth out. Get your cotton candy here. We've added some new ingredients. I think you're gonna like it. Yum, yum, yum! Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's not. One thing I'll tell you though, it'll do more than rot your teeth out. Get your cotton candy here. We've added some new ingredients. I think you're gonna like it. Attention all kiddos! Attention all kiddos! I found a lost parent! He belongs to anyone here? Better be careful walking around at this place. You can get in all kinds of sticky situations here.
So, Cotton Candy Dan, and what do I think about this animatronic? Because for me, I definitely have a lot of pros and excitement with this character. There definitely is some things I'm not a huge fan of, but I'll start off with the positives first. This guy is such a phenomenal idea. I love the idea of a clown steering a cotton candy dish and a head popping up. Such a good jump scare, and it's unexpected, and it just kind of complements a circus and carnival really well. And I think the animation of this guy is phenomenal. I think the mouth movement is great. The stirring back and forth is awesome, and the fact it can stir back and forth and still pop up, it's such a crazy idea for Halloween prop. And the fact that they were able to make it work with that mech, especially being a prop that kind of twists back and forth, and somehow being able to make that mech still pop up is really great stuff. I think his clothing looks good, but we'll get more into that later. But I think, like, as a general statement, his clothing is pretty good. The yellow and blue look really great. He's got some good red hair. His face looks awesome. I love the scars, missing teeth, the red nose. His hands look pretty cool too. Blood right here is okay. It's definitely kind of weak, but not too bad. Stick is fine. The victim's head doesn't really have a lot of detail, but I think it's fine for what it is. Definitely still good. Great molds. The Uncanny fluff is pretty good, and the Uncanny dish, awesome addition. I also love how it does light up with the prop, and he's got some awesome clown shoes too. And I also want to say that audio is phenomenal. Definitely one of the coolest parts about this guy's the audio. Techie nailed it with this guy's audio. It's one of the few clowns I feel like the audio actually is very much a perfect audio track for this guy. But now, as much as I do love this character, I definitely have flaws. Number one obvious flaw to me is that this guy retails for $330, and me personally, I don't think it's worth it for all this. As good and crazy as the mech is, this guy at the very most should just push $300, which is definitely still a lot, don't get me wrong. But at the very least, if I'm just gonna push any price tag, at least be $300. When it pushes $330, I really start questioning what's worth $330. And I don't think personally he is worth $330 as good as he is. It just is a bit too much for him. My second flaw for me with this prop is that I do feel like it is missing a lot of detail. Now, I know I just mentioned how cool the head was, the overall color scheme, how cool the victim's head was, but I still feel like this guy's missing a lot of detail. First of all, the Uncanny fluff isn't really color great. It's got some pink like dust around it, but it's like mostly white, kind of just plain and generic. But I just think he looks too clean, especially being somebody who literally shoved a victim's head in here and has some blood on the hands. I find it hard to believe this guy is totally just clean from that. I want to see dirt, mud, and blood marks on this character. This guy's arm sags down, and while that isn't the worst thing, kind of just looks weird when he pops up. It realistically wouldn't really make that much sense to be that low and pop it up like that. I think it was much more centered and it popped up. Definitely makes a lot more sense. Do think this should have been raised a bit and put a crate underneath it and then have it raised up. So I mean, overall, I do think this guy's really good, but I just feel like for $330, he's missing a lot of detail with the suit, and I feel like the crate should be higher, and the Uncanny needs more color. It just isn't perfect for $330, especially being that overpriced. But I will say, overall, if you're a big clown fan, you have to get this guy. He's definitely a cool idea. Great audio, great jump scare, super unique. And I overall am very excited to see what Spirit Halloween does with more clowns. With that being said, that would pretty much wrap up my video on the Spirit Halloween 2024 Uncanny Dan. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and to hit that notification bell for more future Halloween videos coming out very soon.